based on the passage, the relationship between strengthening current copyright laws and relying on passwords to restrict access to the web document is most analogous to the relationship between. Now, this is an analogy question, right? And these questions tend to be among the harder questions. Did anyone find this challenging? Okay, they're not always, but in this case, we had a comparison between strengthening copyright laws and adding passwords. What do you feel like the difference is between those two events? Like before we even look at the answers.
Opposites. Full restriction.
You feel like
opposites.
they're, okay, you're saying full restriction.
Some restrictions.
Yeah, like one seems to be very broad brushed, right? Like copyright law is now stricter, so better watch out. Where password protection is like, oh, if you want to protect your document, you can. If you don't have to. It seems much more targeted. So I went into these answer choices thinking, okay, we have one that's very broad, it affects everyone, and then we have one that's very targeted, and you can choose whether or not you want to protect your document. Okay. Answer choice A, allowing everyone to use a public facility and restricting its use to members of the community. I liked how this talked about everyone, right? And then talked about restricting its use to members of the community, but I was confused. Why is this confusing?
You're allowing.
Wait, what? Yeah, it says allowing everyone to use it. I'm like, wait, strengthening copyright law would restrict. So this seems to be going in the opposite direction. So I was like, oh, I bet it's something else. So moved on. Answer choice B, outline the use of a drug and outline its sale. Actually, was anyone tempted by this one? At the time, I was just started thinking about drugs, and I was like, no.
You're well trained. Late generation.
Okay. I'm still trying to understand that, Ben, but I'll come back to
You're
it.
taught to say no to drugs.
Oh, you're taught to say no to drugs.
See drugs.
Did you guys know that campaign didn't work?
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, everybody knows that now. Everybody, apparently, yeah. If you didn't know, people were like, "Oh, my friends are using drugs," and so drug use went up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I just got back from Idaho, and there was a sign that said 80% of teens in Idaho don't use alcohol to have fun, and I was like, I don't like. What if all those people are like? So most people don't need the message, right? First of all, and the ones who don't need the message are like, really? Oh, 20% are using alcohol? Like, I thought we weren't allowed to. Like, we can get away with this. But anyways, I thought it's the same problem. Like, you need to get the message up there in Idaho. All right. Anyways, answer choice C: prohibiting a sport and relying on participants to employ proper safety gear. I actually skipped over this one the first time, but when answer choice E didn't work because it also says allowing unrestricted entry, right? Like allowing everyone to participate, which is the opposite of restricting participation. I was like, okay, this is really not going to work. So I have to go back. And then I realized, oh, prohibiting a sport is like restricting it to everyone, or relying on participants to employ proper safety gear, allowing participants to decide, hey, I'm going to use a password or not. Matthew, what do you think about this? You're smiling.
I was really confused about this one, but the more I looked at it, the more I properly read the question,
Yeah.
I understood, okay, that one made sense. So I was looking at, I was kind of confused. I just skipped the entire one as a whole, I believe.
You just skipped the whole question?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Get back if I had time.
Yeah. Were you debating between A and E?
I was looking at those, but then I realized that they kind of felt like they were the same.
The same thing. And they have the same problem, right? Allowing access as opposed to restricting it.
Yeah.
But I felt like when I first went through and I was going quickly, I was looking for something talking about everyone and just a few people. So A and E really stuck out to me, but ultimately they're going in the wrong direction. So it's like you have to double down and look for something else.
And then when I looked at the comparison between the two, so strictly copyright law and then going on passwords, I kind of understood, okay, that's the two.
Yep. All right, you feel better about this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? All right, let's keep going.